Hey YouTubers, welcome back to Bikini Nation. I hope you all have been enjoying the festive season and have got to see your friends, family and loved ones. I also hope you've had some delicious meals during this period because what better time is there than the holidays to let your hair down. And apologies, I have not been posting up regular content lately. I've been struck down with COVID for the last week, but I feel almost back to full health and will start posting content shortly back as per usual. So please remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you enjoy the content and follow me on Instagram. On to today's topic, I want to discuss will the wellness division overtake bikini in the next few years as the #1 women's division in the IFBB. Now, a lot of the male bodybuilding YouTube channels have been discussing the wellness division over the last week. I'm talking Jay Cutler's YouTube channel, Hosstile, Fouad's channel, even Coach Adam from Team Elite Physique. So I thought I'd put my 2 cents in on this topic, and I hope you all do too, because at the end of the day, no one really knows which will be the most popular division in 3 years' time. It could be wellness. Could be bikini. Hell, it could even be women's bodybuilding. But it also depends on what athletes come through to help promote the division. Either way, it is exciting to see what will unfold. Why are the males talking about the wellness division so much? I personally think that a lot of the males in the sport sort of laugh at the bikini division in all honesty. I think they believe it's not true bodybuilding as the competitors don't typically have to spend 10 years building and developing muscles just to compete, which I get. But let's not forget that bikini is the #1 division out of the women's divisions. It brings in the most new competitors to the sport. It appeals to the mainstream audience, and in my personal opinion, I would say is the most competitive division in the IFBB out of all of the divisions, including males. All of the top contenders have literally beaten each other at different shows. Even in the same year, it's very rare to just have one competitor dominate and win every show they enter, which you tend to see in other divisions over the years. But that is not the case for bikini. It is the most competitive. Fact. Now that I've given you a bit of context of how I think the males of the sport see the bikini division, let's get into wellness. The general feedback I am seeing through these other channels is that the guys are actually impressed. And I mean really impressed with the wellness division. They even say that the girls are giving the guys a run for their money on how impressively developed their lower body is. We are talking about their popping glutes, huge deeply separated quad muscles, and the sweeping hamstrings. The other general theme they are saying is there is a shock factor to the wellness physiques. You are seeing these stunningly attractive women with these ginormous legs and glutes, which honestly appear out of this world. But yet they still have a tiny waist, and there is something so very appealing to the aesthetics and the flow of their body. And let's not forget, this is all whilst maintaining an extremely feminine look. Now let's listen to a clip from Fouad's YouTube channel so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about.
The female beauty pageants contestants get more attention than male models, just like vice versa in bodybuilding. Is that why Arnold Sports prefers bikini class is more than other classes? I don't know what that means.
It draws more crowd. Like, I think they're trying to say, like, you know, like,
I mean, the bikini division
Chris will draw a big audience, like, for like.
Is there a big audience? Public. Is there a big audience for bikini?
Bikini is the most popular female division. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
how about the new wellness division? That seems like it has potential to do well.
It'll build up too, but I think it's still a slightly more away from homeostasis look than most girls want.
It's a little bit less achievable than the bikini.
Yeah, like the average girl looks at a bikini girl and they're like, "Oh my god, I want to look like that at the beach." And they see some of these wellness girls with fucking horse legs, and they're like, "Man, maybe that's not for me." You know?
That being said,
they do have horse legs.
That being said, I think in 5 years, wellness is going to be bigger than bikini. Because I think there are more girls.
It depends, though. In places like South America, 100% for sure.
No, the reason I'm saying that is there are more girls that are bottom heavy that can fit into that category. I see it happen all the time.
They're like a lot of girls are bottom heavy until they get in shape, right? Like it depends. I mean, a lot of girls because of like estrogen, progesterone, you know, like levels and stuff, they're going to hold a lot more tissue and water and fat and stuff in their lower half. But then when they get in shape, it might not be that way. So I think a lot of these girls will be like, "Ooh, this is for me," and then they'll diet down, and be like, "Oh, this is not for me," you know. And they'll be like, "I'm doing bikini," you know.
But I think there also is the element of I think you're right socially that like the average girl watching the shows probably wants to be a bikini competitor. But I think girls that are in the gym, I think they like training. And I think the attraction to wellness is I get to actually train and build some muscle.
Yeah, but in the bikini,
and I think that whole bottom heavy aesthetic is very popular right now.
Yeah. It's definitely a fad right now. And I think it is, like I said before, I think it is more South American driven, like the Brazilians and stuff like that, I think are definitely leading the way in that division. You know, I think you can see a lot more popularity there. And I think it will get popular, but I don't think it'll surpass bikini, no.
And guys, as you just heard from the video I put up, they touched on that the South Americans are dominating the wellness division, and specifically the Brazilians. This point is something that always comes to the forefront of my mind when thinking of the wellness division, and you may have even heard me mention it several times in previous videos. But the big and intriguing question here is why? Why do the South Americans flood the Arnold and Olympia lineups, and why are the best wellness competitors in the world from South America? Now, some, including Coach Adam, have suggested that this could come down to environmental and genetic factors. For example, soccer is the #1 sport in Brazil and South America, and playing this sport requires you to utilize your lower body muscles to a greater extent, and as a result, this will inadvertently build these muscles, not necessarily on purpose, but rather from your way of life. Now, I can understand this point and see the logic behind it. However, I do think it more comes down to the culture and what is considered to be the most desirable female body. In South America, what is considered the female body ideals and what is thought as being beautiful? I know the concept of beauty is 100% subjective, and beauty is really in the eye of the beholder. However, generally speaking, I would say that Brazil has for quite some time popularized and promoted a big booty as an ideal in their culture. The name Brazilian butt lift was not created out of coincidence. Big, round, and hard glutes are celebrated. They even have a Miss Bum Bum competition in Brazil, guys. Go look it up. And as we may know, wellness competitors have insane glutes, and the reason for its success in South America comes down to this. Now, what will be interesting to see is, will the madness of wellness spread to the rest of the world and overtake the popularity of the bikini division? Even in mainstream culture, the world of celebrity and social media, the larger booty and curvier type physique is becoming growingly more popular. Think of Kim Kardashian, for example. She single-handedly helped to popularize this particular look quite some time ago, and now we see countless influencers flaunt full of glutes. Now, whether these booties are fake or real is a whole other topic and video in itself. But Brazilian butt lifts, butt implants, and other cosmetic procedures are commonly undertaken to achieve this desired look. Now, I understand that bodybuilding is called bodybuilding for a reason, and the athletes usually achieve these physiques through muscle development, so not as reliant on procedures or quick fixes. But this point just tells me that this look is indeed popular globally and is currently the in trend. Now, when looking at top-level wellness competitors, let's not forget that they not only have huge glutes, but they also have enormous, and I mean massive, social media followings. Yarishna, who placed 4th at Olympia last year, has 2.6 million followers on Instagram. Angela Borges has 1.1 million followers on Instagram. And this is a theme. Most of them have so many eyes on them through social media. Don't get me wrong, lots of bikini competitors also have large followings, with Ashley Coulter having the most with 1 million Instagram followers. But I do not believe that they rival that of the wellness competitors, and because of this, more people are going to start to notice this division, and perhaps idolize and want to replicate these physiques. But I can't help but wonder, can this in-trend overtake bikini, which I believe is somewhat more of a timeless look to the mainstream audience and the IFBB? Guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now, after going through all of that, this is my answer to the question. I believe wellness will replicate the classic division in the men's competition. I think it will easily be the fastest growing division for the sport and be a great draw card to bring in new fans and cater to more of the international audience. I do believe bikini will still be the most popular division out of the women's category, and this is why. It is the most achievable look to the everyday person, as in most girls would kill to have a top bikini body. I'm sure many girls would love to have Janet Layug's 2020 Olympia bikini body, or Jen Dorie's or Laura Lee's physique. But I also think a handful of females would love to have Francielle's or Yarishna's physique, but just not to the same ratio. I think bikini will continue to bring in the most amateur athletes in 3 to 5 years' time, as genetically more girls, I believe, are suited to the bikini category as opposed to the wellness category. I honestly think fans of the sport will love to watch both divisions, but die-hard fans of the sport will flock to the wellness division, where these girls can completely unleash on their physiques and don't have to hold it back like the girls who compete in the bikini division. I, for one, think the wellness division could just be the best thing to happen to the sport, as it will bring in more eyes into the sport we all love. It will bring in new athletes to all the divisions, with more eyes on the women's division and more fans, which means more revenue to the sport, which is a good thing. We need this to happen to increase the prize money for all the women's divisions. I also think that the males in bodybuilding will form a greater level of respect to the wellness competitors, given the larger amount of muscle mass they require to even have a look in at the pro level. I think bikini will be number 1, however wellness will be number 2, and be more popular than all the other women's divisions. And I believe it will even be the number 1 category for the men watching the sport at home. As I mentioned, this is just my 2 cents on the topic, and obviously there are countless factors that come into play here. Guys, what are your thoughts on this topic, and which division do you believe will be the most popular for fans in the next 3 to 5 years' time? Please drop your comments down below. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff if you are enjoying the content. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Over and out from Bikini Nation.